In a year where there was not much action on the track as expected, a few athletes put on some memorable performances. One of which came from Hillsborough High Schooler Erriyon Knighton, who at just 16 years old caught the eyes of the world. This is why today we would like to take a look at this teenage star. Born in the year 2004, Knighton was a dual athlete at the Hillsborough High School in Tampa, Florida, playing football and doing a bit of track. He was really good at football, being one of the top wide receivers in high school. In fact, he was so good he received 6 college football offers, and the masses thought he would be heading to his hometown university in Florida, but after an amazing 2020 season things changed. Knighton's first recorded season doing track was in 2019, which he showed a lot of promise, given the fact he was mainly a football player at the time. He opened the season at the Spoto squad meet, in which he took part in 3 events: the 200 meters, the 110 hurdles and the 300 hurdles. In the 200 meters, which he ran first, he could only manage a 25.4, finishing 6th. In the 110 hurdles he did finish better, coming in second in a time of 17.02 seconds. In the 300 hurdles he showed even more of his potential by winning the race in a time of 42.94 seconds, not bad for a 15-year-old. 3 days later he went to an official meet, the Wharton Wildcat Invitational, which he solely focused on sprinting and jumping. Competing in the 100 meters, he posted a time of 11.17, a time which never got him to the final, but impressive nonetheless. To finish up his day he finished 5th in the long jump, going as far 6.11 meter. With a few positive results behind, he turned his attention to the Western Conference Championships. There he was set on taking on the best high school talents in his conference. In the 100 meters he ran 11.29, finishing 5th in the preliminaries, but still made it to the finals due to running one of the fastest times of the round. Making it to the final he had notable challengers like Wharton High School senior DJ Green and Brandon Walker to face. In the end he finished 5th, meanwhile Brandon Walker got the win. In the 200 meters event, which he was still getting used to, he made the final after winning his preliminary in 23 seconds flat. The time was not his best as he had run 22.6 leading up to the conference champs. He came in the final the 5th fastest of the lot, and yet he managed 4th. He could have finished 3rd, as he only missed DJ Green on the line by 0.01 seconds. After missing out on a medal at the Western Conference, he moved on to win a silver at the District 9 meet, dipping below 22 seconds for the first time. He managed a time of 21.91 to finish behind Terrence Doston in what was the fastest race he was ever a part of up to that point. It is also important to note that he did get a new personal best in the 100 at the meet when he ran 11.02 to finish 4th in the final. Less than 2 weeks later he improved his PB again in both events, dropping his 100 meters time from 11.02 to 10.89 seconds and from 21.9 to 21.67 seconds. Having had that massive improvement, he went on to compete at the AAU Junior Olympics in the 200 and the 400 meters. By that time it was already obvious that his better event was the 200 meters, and he was getting faster by every race. In the heats he clocked 21.79, winning the heat, looking quite comfortable with a headwind against him. In the semis he stormed to an impressive 21.21 seconds, a time that put him in the driver's seat going into the finals. And in the finals it took only 21.15 seconds to win the AAU Junior Olympic title, stamping his name in the history books and setting a new personal record. He left the Junior Olympics with a gold and a bronze medal after finishing 3rd in the 400 meters final. This would see his 2020 season come to a close, making a massive impression on the track and field world. In 2020, he would pick up where he left off, starting the season with a 21.2 at the Spoto squad meet. This was just the beginning of what would go down as his most remarkable season yet. Instead of focusing on a myriad of events, he took it simple and focused on the 100, 200, and ran a few 400 meters. His 100 meters PB, which was 10.89, dropped significantly by the time he was back at the Junior Olympics. It went to an unbelievably fast 10.40 seconds while he was just 16 years old. A key race in his development took place exactly a month before the Junior Olympics, when he blew away a strong field of high schoolers to record 20.89 seconds, breaking 21 seconds for the first time ever. This took his confidence to another level, and surely now he was certain to defend his Junior Olympic title. Even more impressively, he was able to win gold in all 3 sprint events at the meet, running preliminaries and finals for each. In August 2020 he journeyed to Satellite High School in Florida to compete at the AAU Junior Olympic Games for the second year in a row. This time he competed in the 100 and 200 meters. It was no surprise to see him line up in his first final of the meet in the 100, but it certainly surprised everyone when they saw him crossing the tape first place in a time of 10.29 seconds. If that was not shocking enough, the performance in the 200 meters really took the show. It was hard not seeing him defend his title, especially when we saw how his 6-foot frame, quite similar to how Bolt's looked in comparison to his opponents. The young man destroyed the field to clock 20.33 seconds, the fastest time ever by an American 16-year-old. This run was absolutely amazing, and when we look at his frame and ability, the fact that he ran just 0.2 seconds slower than Usain at that age should be something held in high regard. Now in 2021, the junior star has signed with Adidas straight out of high school. He has followed in the footsteps of 200 meters world champion Noah Lyles, who did the same, and prominent American distance runner, Drew Hunter. So now as we watch, we might be on the brink of the breakout of a new sprint sensation on the global stage.